Don't get me wrong, I love my smart trash bin, but sometimes I find it's just a little bit boring. So today, using these two new smart devices, I fixed that problem. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to my channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button, because most of the time that is what you're going to see on this channel. Most of you would have already seen my smart trash bin in some of my other videos. I've been using it for quite some time now, and it's been very reliable. In fact, it's never failed a single time, and it gets used multiple times every single day, and I absolutely love it. However, although it's obviously smart, I will admit that after about 2 weeks, I decided it was not really smart enough for me, and I wanted it to be better. So in today's video, I'm going to do exactly what the thumbnail says. Today, I'm going to be making my smart trash bin even smarter. And to do that, I will be using a simple Tuya Zigbee contact switch and this Tuya Zigbee millimeter radar detection sensor. In fact, this radar detection sensor is one of my favorite sensors that Tuya have released this year. They have finally designed a motion sensor that can detect movement starting from a distance of 1 millimeter. I have been wanting a motion sensor like this for a long time, and oh my god, have they done a great job designing this, as you are about to find out. So before I get to the specs, what do I actually want to do to improve my smart trash bin? Well, first of all, for all my viewers who have not seen my smart trash bin, let's have a quick look at that first. Okay, for those of you who have not seen my smart trash bin yet, this is my smart trash bin. It's built into the wall, and I usually control it just using Alexa, or you can just press the black button to open it as well, and I'll give you a quick demonstration of that now. Alexa, open trash bin.
Alright, please put all of your trash in the bin and then close the door. Thank you for keeping the room tidy.
Or as I said, you can push the button and it opens it up as well. Okay, back to the table. Okay, so the first thing I want to do to make my smart trash bin smarter is I want it to be able to open when I walk up to it. And to do that, I'm going to be using this millimeter radar motion detection sensor. And secondly, I want Alexa to be able to monitor the status of the smart trash bin door, so she knows when it is open and closed. Once Alexa can tell the status of the door position, I can then set up some useful automations to make it even smarter. And obviously to do that, I'm going to be using this door contact sensor. Okay, let's get into the specs. We'll start with this door contact sensor. Open it up. You've all probably seen these before. There's like literally millions of them on the internet. And though it's such a simple device, you can do so many cool things with them. So this one, it's just the Tuya Zigbee version. It cost me $12 plus shipping. You can get it in Wi-Fi as well. It is available. It's obviously just a magnetic reed switch design, but of course this one's smart. The magnetic contact distance is about 15 millimeters. When I say that, I'm talking about the distance between the magnet, which is this part, and the sensor. So you can have it about 15 millimeters apart, no more than that. It runs on two AAA batteries, and it's obviously compatible with the Tuya or the Smart Life app, and it supports Alexa and Google as well. Now for this Tuya millimeter radar detection sensor, I've been playing with this, so I've had it open already. And it's just the instructions in the box. So this is what it looks like. I think this is a relatively new device. I don't think it's been around for that long. I definitely haven't seen them anyway. Cost for this was $30 plus shipping. It's also Zigbee, and there's a few versions available, different sizes and shapes as well, and it's also available in Wi-Fi as well. I like this one because of its size, and that is 70 by 32 by 20 millimeters to be exact. The only downside to the sensor for me is it's USB powered only. It does not run off batteries, which I would have preferred. Another cool thing about the sensor, should we open it up, or I'll open it up in a second so you can see what's inside. Another cool thing about the sensor is it also has a built-in illuminance light sensor, this part here. So it's an illuminance light sensor and a radar detection motion sensor all in one. That's right, you no longer need to buy a separate illuminance sensor. This one does it all for you. So it can be used to detect movement and only at certain light levels. But that's not all. You can also set it up as two completely separate devices as well. Yeah, I told you, this is my favorite Tuya sensor for this year. I only bought one, but we'll be ordering a couple more as I have so many uses for these. The radar detection distance is from 0 to 1000 centimeters. Detection angle is 90 degrees. Illuminance sensor range is 0 to 3000 lux. Obviously it works with the Tuya or Smart Life app as a Tuya product. When setting this device up, which I've already done, as I said before, Alexa did tell me it was supported by her, but it does not appear to be supported by Google. And that's pretty much covers the specs of both the sensors that I'm going to be using today to do this. So I'm going to start by mounting this radar detection sensor above my smart trash bin, and then I'm going to show you the settings that I'm using to make this work. Sorry guys, I said before we're going to open up the sensor and then I didn't do it, so we're going to do that now. Take the back of it off there, take the circuit board out, and this is what's inside one of these millimeter radar detection sensors. This is so cool, this sensor. Right, so we've got the USB-C power connector. As I said before, you can't run it off batteries, unfortunately. I mean, I understand why they do that, you know. These devices are getting hungry out on battery power now, so it's probably making it more difficult for them to design it. But there are ways, you know, that it can be done, but obviously with USB-C, everything's being done that way now, so it's obviously a lot easier for them to do it that way. I just find it annoying because you've got to try and find USB ports all over the place, or power points to plug it into, but oh well. I think that's the way things are going, so I can see a lot more devices coming out like this. So yeah, as I said, we've got the USB-C power port here, power connector. We've got the radar detection sensor on the top there, the little illuminance sensor there, and I'm guessing this part on the back here is just all to do with the Zigbee control module. We've got the little reset pairing switch button on the back there as well when you need to. That's used for pairing it to the app, and that's all there is to it, pretty much. But yeah, as I said before, there's so many things you can do with one of these sensors. I really like these. I should have bought more than one, but I can always just buy more. So right, so now I'm going to put that back together, and then I'm going to mount the sensor above my smart trash bin, and then show you guys the setup. Okay guys, I've just got the millimeter radar motion detection sensor mounted here just above my smart trash bin, and I'm going to plug it in over here where at the moment my video backlight is plugged into. So yeah, next I'm going to show you the settings on how I set this up, and that took me quite some time to get that right. It's very cleverly designed, but there's basically two stages to the sensor. There's like long distance detection and short distance detection. Now, because I only wanted short distance detection for this application, because it's just as I walk up to a rubbish bin, it's, you know, I don't want it to be seeing me walking up to it from meters away. I want it to be a very short distance. I thought, oh well, I just need to set up the short distance detection only, but that's not the way the sensor works. You need to set up the long distance detection first, because the sensor won't work if the long distance detection has not been set up first. It needs to detect long distance before it will detect the short distance. That's just the way the sensor works. It works really, really well Just makes it a bit confusing when you're setting it up and you haven't done it before. But anyway, yeah, that's how it works. I'm going to show you the settings I used now. Okay guys, I've got my tablet set up here so I can show you the settings. Just turn that, maybe just close those curtains. Alexa, close curtains.
Okay.
It's a bit better. So that lamp is right in the way. I'll just move that lamp up out of the way. How's that? Okay, that's cool. Right, so as I said before, I have already paired this to this device to the app and set it up. It was quite time consuming, so I don't want to unpair it to show you guys how to set it up, but I think some of you guys are getting bored of watching that part anyway, and I'm definitely getting bored of filming that part. Just setting up a device on the app is so boring. Everyone knows how to do it anyway, so you guys don't need to see it. But anyway, I'll just show you one trick just in case you are having trouble setting it up. Right, so when you're setting it up, you need to go into sensors. This is the Tuya app, obviously, and because it's a Zigbee device, well, this one is, you need to just go into sensor Zigbee and you just pair it through that and it works straight away for you. It's really easy to set up, but in the instructions it doesn't actually tell you what to go under. But right, okay, so I just called my one trash bin sensor. Now, as I said before, it's obviously got an luminance sensor in it, so you're always going to have a you're always going to have the light reading there as well. Record is just history record of what you've been doing. Automation is to set up an automation. And down the bottom here, which I won't go down to, but if you click down the bottom, we come into the settings. Now, the main settings that you want to be playing with here are the radar parameters, and this is how I've got mine set up for this application. Obviously, this will not be what you'll be using. These will not be the settings that you'll use if you're using it in like a room to detect someone walking in, because these distances are going to have to be a lot bigger and stuff like that. So, as I said before, you need to set up the large detection distance and sensitivity before the small detection distance and sensitivity will work. So I've got mine for the smart trash bin. I've got mine set to 40 centimeters. So I only need to be 40 centimeters away from the trash bin for it to detect me. And sensitivity I've got set at 5, which is what they recommend in the instructions as well, and it seems to be fine. Then the small motion detection distance, again, needs to be the same as the large. So I've got that set to 40 centimeters as well. Motion detection sensitivity needs to be, well, they actually said to set the large to 6 and then the small to 5, but it was a bit sensitive for me, so I've changed things around and set large to 5 and the small to 4. And then again, you've got stationary detection distance. Again, make sure that's the same as the other two, so 40 centimeters. And I put the sensitivity down a little bit more again from the large, so I've made it the same as the small motion detection sensitivity, so I set that to 4 as well. And that's how I've got it set up for my smart trash bin to work. Another way you can get just the basic settings for what you're wanting to use it for is just by, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to lose these settings, but you can just tap on the icons above and it will put all the settings in for you, the default settings it thinks it should be set up for that application. But obviously for my application there is no setting for that, because probably not a lot of people will be using it for this. But anyway, I am, and it works absolutely perfect. Well, from what I've seen so far anyway. Time is just another timer function. Presence keep time, I leave that set to 1 minute because I don't want the rubbish bin opening like every few seconds as I walk past it, even if I'm up close, of course, which in my case would have to be because it's only set to 40 centimeters. So yeah, once the rubbish bin opens, it'll wait another minute before it will be able to open again, and that's fine. You only want rubbish bin to open once anyway. Yeah, motion false detection, I haven't bothered setting that yet. I might need to play around with some of these settings at a later date, but so far it seems to be working fine. Breathe false detection. Yeah, the sensor can actually detect people breathing, believe it or not. That's how precise it is. I haven't experimented with that, but there's lots of other reviewers online that have probably tested out all those features, but that's not what I wanted to that's not what I wanted the sensor for, so I won't be doing that in this video. Notification sensors, intrusion alarm message, you can enable that. Obviously just sends a notification to the app once it's detects that. Present status message, I have got that set. I don't really need any of these notifications to be sent to me, but I've just got that left on there just for the purpose of this video. None status message, I don't need that to be set either. So go back to the main screen. That's all the settings. Yeah, I've shown you everything. Obviously I'm not using the illuminance sensor at all for this application. It's just not going to work. Okay guys, everything's set up and ready for testing. So I've got my tablet set up here, just so you guys can see when it does and doesn't detect me walking past it, because that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to be walking past here, just showing you how it does not false trigger, because obviously that's not something that we want it to do. So I'm just going to open the door, walk out the door, walk in and out maybe 2 or 3 times, just to show you that part first. When I say open the door, I mean the actual smart door, not the trash bin door. Alexa, open door.
Okay.
Right, now I'm going to walk outside a few times. Right, so as you can see, it definitely does not false trigger, which is great. Next part, I might just have to put my arm in front of the camera or something, sorry, in front of the sensor, so you can see it that way, because if I walk in front of the camera, you're not going to be able to see anything. I'll walk up to the sensor as far as I can on the side, and I'll put my arm there as well, and let's see what happens. And it opens. And that's great. That's exactly what we wanted it to do. As you can see now on the tablet screen, it's detected the me moving past it. That message I don't think will go away until the 60 seconds time limit is up. As I said before, I've got it set to about 1 minute before the trash bin can actually open again, because I don't want it to be going opening and closing all the time if it was to false trigger, which so far hasn't done that, but it can do. So the presence message on the display of the tablet will disappear after the 60-second time limit is up. So the next thing to do is to set up my door contact switch, so Alexa can monitor when the smart trash bin door is open and closed, and then that way I can set up the automations and show you the next part. Right, okay guys, before I mount the contact sensor, it might be a good idea to set it up first, which I haven't done yet. So you guys probably don't want to see this, because you've probably seen it a million times, but we'll do it anyway. Like I said before, it takes 2 AAA batteries. I just use rechargeables because batteries are expensive, and when you've got like hundreds of smart home devices in your smart home, cost starts to get out of control. Put the cover back on. Like so. And together. Right. Now we have to put it into pairing mode. Let's just hold the button down, reset button down for 5 seconds or 3 seconds, whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 3 seconds in this case, okay? You can see it's flashing, so it's in pairing mode. See if the app can automatically detect it. No, okay. So add device. Then we need to come down to sensors. And we need to go to contact sensor. It's the Zigbee version, so contact sensor Zigbee. Obviously it's got to go through a gateway because it's a Zigbee device, so Is it yeah, it's still no, it's stop, it's just stopped flashing fast, so do that again. 1, 2, 3, that's better. Right, now it's in pairing mode again. Next. Looks like it's found it now. Perfect.
I found contact sensor from the To Your Smart skill. To set up a routine triggered by contact sensor, go to the device detail page in the Alexa app.
Okay, thank you, Alexa. Right, so I'm just going to rename this, guys, and I'm going to call it, oops, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it Trash Bin Door Sensor. It's located upstairs. Done. Perfect. No. Okay, now where's the magnet? Here it is here. Right. Line goes to line when you're using it. Obviously match them up. A lot of people still don't know this about these smart door sensors, contact sensors, is that like this is just a magnet. You don't have to use this part if it's too big for your application. You can actually just go and buy a magnet and use a magnet and not use this part at all. Providing it's still a magnet, it's still going to work, and I've done it a million times and it works absolutely perfectly. Into smart, no, that's just for creating automation. So it says you've got like 100% battery level, door alarm, closing reminder, low battery. I don't really need any of that, but right, so now when we put the magnet next to the switch, the status should change, and it does. That's great. Take it apart again. It's going to have to be dismissed. Right. Like, yeah, so as I said before, you guys probably, most people that are watching this video would know how this works, but I was just going to show you again for the beginners that just needed more information. Even like I said before, even though it's a really simple device, you can do some really cool stuff with these thanks to automations. So that's the next part I'm going to do. I'm not going to show you guys how I do the automations. I think that would probably make the video quite boring to watch. So I've got the automations roughly planned out, which I was using on a another contact switch last night. So I'm just going to change everything over, or set them up again probably, and then I'm going to mount the contact switch to the door of my smart trash bin, and then we can test it out and see if it works. Okay, so I've just mounted the door contact switch sensor here on my door, and I've mounted the magnet there. At the moment I've got the millimeter radar detection sensor turned off, just while I'm working on the smart trash bin. I don't want to keep on going on and off every 60 minutes for me, so so now we need to test the contact sensor to make sure that it's working, and we can do that with the app just by closing and shutting the door, and you'll see the status change on the app screen. So we'll close it now, and the sensor closes. And if we open the smart trash bin with the button, that opens. Perfect. One more time. Close. Open. Perfect. Okay, so that's working perfectly. So now I need to just change my automations around, and then we can test it out and see the finished result. Alright, so with my smart trash bin, I do all the automations through the Alexa app. I've always done that. So I've always had this open trash bin here, automation set up. You've seen that working at the beginning of the video. You're going to see it again now anyway. But now that Alexa can tell whether the door is open or closed through the contact sensor switch that we've just mounted, I've added another automation at the top there saying trash bin door is closed, where she will do something for me then. And the main one, when the trash bin door has been left open, Alexa is going to sort that out for me as well. So now I've done everything, and with all the changes that I've made, I'm going to show you guys how everything works. Okay guys, so as you all saw before, thanks to the little millimeter smart motion detection sensor that we've got mounted just above the smart trash bin door there, I can now walk up to the smart trash bin, providing I'm within a 40 centimeter distance. It will now open for me, which it could not do before. So that's stage 1 complete of making my smart trash bin smarter. So now we're going to try stage 2, which is what it does when it opens and closes the smart trash bin door. So we're going to get Alexa to open it. Alexa, open trash bin.
Alright, please put all of your trash in the bin and then close the door. Thank you for keeping the room tidy.
Right, so I've got some trash here. We'll just put that in there. Keep her happy. Whoops, dropped the piece on the ground, but that's alright. I'll close the door now.
Thank you for closing the trash bin door. It keeps the room smelling fresh and clean.
So, and as you can see, Alexa now knows when the trash bin door is open and closed, which is great. I could not do that before either. So the next stage we're going to do is stage 3, and that's going to test out what happens if I forget to close the trash bin door. Okay guys, so everything's all closed up again, so we're just going to get Alexa to open it for us again. Alexa, open trash bin.
Alright, please put all of your trash in the bin and then close the door.
Got some trash here,
Thank
we'll put that in
you
there.
for keeping the room tidy.
Now I've got it set that if I forget to close the door within 60 seconds, Alexa's going to remind me. So we'll just set a countdown timer or something like that for, I don't know, probably like 40 seconds left. Hey Google, count down 40 seconds.
Sure, 40 seconds, and we're starting now.
It'll be round about that anyway. It might be a bit before or a bit after, but it'll be pretty close to it. So as I was saying before guys, these automations are just set up through Alexa. If it looks really high tech and confusing and complex and difficult to do, it's not. It's a lot easier than it looks. It looks impressive, but it's actually really easy to do. So a lot of you guys can do this stuff yourself. Just got a few more seconds left, and then Alexa is going to hopefully remind me that I've forgot to close my smart trash bin door.
This is an important announcement. The trash bin door has been left open. Can you please close it? I do not want the room to smell. Thank you.
Hey Google, stop. And as you guys can see, it works absolutely perfectly. So that's great. I've managed to make my smart trash bin even smarter. So I might try one more test just so you guys can see the motion detection side of things again. I'll put the camera on the side so you can see how close I get up to the smart trash bin before the actual door opens. So yeah, we're going to try that now. This is a much better angle. So I am now going to demonstrate once again how my smart trash bin door will automatically open by itself when I walk up to it, thanks to the motion sensor that we've got mounted there just above the door. Let's try it out. So I'm walking up to the smart trash bin now. Perfect. That works great. Okay guys, and we have come to the end of another video. If you watched this video but did not like it, maybe because I did not explain more about the automations or more about the device setup, then I apologize for that. But to make this video more fun to watch, I purposely did that. After studying my analytics recently, it's proven to me that a lot of my viewers don't like that stuff, and so they do not continue to watch the entire video. I don't like making boring and long videos, and I myself do not enjoy watching those type of videos either. So this time around, I decided to remove more of the boring stuff and add more of the fun / educational stuff instead. So I hope I succeeded at doing that, but feel free to leave your comments down below. That's the best way for me to know what my audience really wants from my videos. Okay, so as always, if you did enjoy watching this video or found it helpful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more videos which are released every week. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. And I better close that door before Alexa gets annoyed.
Thank you for closing the trash bin door. It keeps the room smelling fresh and clean.